Hi Flosstube, Katrina, the crafty cataloger here. Time for a monthly update of what I've been up to in my crafting world. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll find something that you enjoy. If you are returning, I thank you for visiting with me once again. I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet. Somehow it is already almost 11 o'clock. I'm getting hungry, so I want to eat lunch. So let's hop right into it. I'm going to start out with cross stitch and go through the whips that I've worked on this month. And I've tried to be a little more prepared, so hopefully I will have more of the vital information. Sorry if that was really loud. So this month I have been working on Sunlight Sonata. This is by Tilton Crafts. I actually put in quite a few stitches on this one. I worked on it 3 times for a total of 1,027 stitches. And this is done on 25 count easy grid using the called for DMC threads. I made some more grind guards and covers for some of my pieces because much as I love my new cat, I do not want her picking at my stitching or leaving cat hair everywhere. So this is one of the covers I made. So basically it's pretty simple. It just velcros, comes away. So this is Mini Deer Creek. My new, oh, there's my new needle minder that I made. I bought that at the Ben Franklin in Tawas, or East Tawas. I can never remember which town is which. They're so close together. And I just added magnets to the back. This is Mini Deer Creek by Donna Gelsinger. It's a Hade. I am stitching this on 18 count easy grid with the called for DMC threads. I worked on this 2 times for a total of 361 stitches. But those 2 times were just like this last weekend, and this is going to be what I'm going to try to work on for the weekends for the next little bit. I really would like to get this one finished up. It is intended to be a gift for my father-in-law, and I would really love to give it to him like next Christmas, because as I'll talk about a little bit later, I purchased 4 more Hade patterns. I don't know why, but I did. And I really don't want to start anymore until I have those done. Or at least one of these done, and this one will be the one that gets done first. I had a new start. I started the Never Ending Cycle. This is a hands-on design pattern, and this was one of my Whip Go goals for the month of October, and it was a goal, I believe, to do 500 stitches. So I got a nice start. Did this while we were camping a couple weekends ago, and so I started it on October 8th. It's on 32 count Belfast linen, Artiste brand that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I'm using the called for threads except for one of them, and I can't tell you which one right now. it's the same one Christine from Stitch All the Things subbed out on hers, and I liked the way hers looked, so I subbed it out also. But this was a WIPGO goal to do 500 stitches on this in the month of October, and I completed 524. So I will probably not touch this one again until after the new year. But we'll see. Never know. I also worked on Snowbells. It's a Mill Hill kit. I've already completed one of these, and I'm working on the second one. These are hopefully going to be Christmas ornament gifts for my 2 nieces who are now adults. So this is the second one, and I am not doing the second one on the perforated paper. I am doing it on some Aida. I believe it's 18 count Aida. It matches whatever the pattern said the perforated paper was. I can't remember. I think it's 18 count. But I just really don't like sorry, it's really not important. I just really don't like the perforated paper. I don't like stitching on it. And so I have lots of plain white Aida hanging around. So I'm making good progress on him. He is going to have to come out here soon and be finished up, because I would really like to get both of these ornaments kind of, you know, finished off and just waiting to be gifted. And also, I have grand plans. I don't know if this is going to happen this year. We'll have to see. But I also had purchased this Mill Hill kit at the same time. It's Snow Globe, Snowman Globe, it says. Maybe if I take it out of the package and show it. And it's not very big. It's 2.5 by 3.5. And my hope is to do this one for my son's girlfriend. But I also think I would like to do that one on fabric versus the perforated paper, because, well, for one, a piece of perforated paper is only that big. I just do wet better if I can put it in a Q-snap and put it on my lap frame. It's just the truth of the matter. So anyway, Snowbells I worked on 5 times for a total of 675 stitches, because I need to continue working on that. Like I said, I kind of need to get that one done. I also worked on Give Thanks by Teresa Kogut. That's what this one is supposed to look like when it's finished. I'm actually considering leaving the words Give Thanks off and making it more of a fall piece. According to my records, I worked on this for 3 times for a total of 748 stitches added. And I honestly cannot even tell you where those stitches are. I'm thinking they're in this leaf, but I could be wrong. If I can find a picture from last time, I will try to insert it. Let me hold this back here, so if I can find a picture, I can put it up. This one is being stitched on, I believe, I should know. I am working on knowing these things, and I will explain more in a minute. I think it's 16 count something, Charles Craft, obviously in brown. So that one, if I can get the Christmas ornaments done, then this one will be the one that comes out probably next. Although the other one, the last one that I worked on, right? I've gone through them all. The last one that I worked on is another Mill Hill. This one is called Joy of Christmas. And I think I forgot to grab the bag with the picture. If I remember, I'll scan it and put it in here. It's like a 9-patch with all these different little Christmas things in it. My Whip Go goal for this month was to complete 2 squares, both stitching and beading. And when I wrote that goal, I know I meant to start and finish 2 squares. So I am holding myself to that. And so I started and finished the snowman, and I am currently working on this tree. And once I get that finished, I actually would like to just finish this piece off. And I feel like if I could put some good solid time into it for a week or 2, that I could probably finish it off, because it's really not, I say it's not that much, but it really is more than it appears to be. So I worked on this. I am using all the kit materials for this one. I worked on this a total of 3 times, and I got in approximately 971 stitches. We were camping, and it was kind of rainy, so I sat in my chair and just stitched. So that one is coming along, and like I said, I would really like to finish this one and just get it off my plate, because I'm kind of meh about it. It's cute. I don't like stitching on the perforated paper, and I'm sure I'll find some place to put it with my Christmas decor, but I just would like it to be finished. I don't have any finishes or FFOs, because I just haven't had that kind of time, and I don't have anything that's close enough at this point. I do have a new thing though, that I was going to make this for myself, and then I'm really bad at math, like bad at math. It's just never been my strong suit. And so when I go to sew something that I don't have a pre-made pattern for, I usually send it to my mom and say, okay, check my math, because she's better at math than I am. And basically what I wanted was, as she put it, a pillowcase to slide over my stitching. And this isn't the greatest example, because this is like an 8x8 square, but when I have a 9x13 Q-snap, I wanted something that I could basically just slide over, and it would cover my stitching. This is a really bad example, but hopefully you understand what I'm getting at. If I had a Q-snap on here, hopefully it would slide over the Q-snap and just protect my stitching from dust and cat hair. And so I sent it to my mom. My mom she just ended up making it for me. She made it bigger. I kind of wish she hadn't made it quite so much bigger, because like I do have a 9x13 Q-snip in there right now, and look how much space I have left over. I mean, I would like it to be able to go over the end of my stand, but anyway, I mean, she did it for me, and I'm very grateful, because she probably has more time than I do, and it will definitely help, protect my stitching when it's sitting on this stand. And there's probably enough fabric left. I could have her make me another one even smaller. Who knows? But anyway, that's really the only new stitching thing I have. I did allude to the fact that I'm going to try to do better about knowing what's what, and I am going to steal a play from Jackie. She's over at Cross My Stitches, and if you don't watch Jackie, you really should. I love seeing all that she's working on, and I know she's been not feeling well lately, so thoughts and prayers go out to her. I hope that things are going to turn around for her soon. But in her last video, she talked about how she was making tags to put on all her projects or with her project bags, so that she would always have the pertinent information. And I thought, well, that's a genius idea. And so I went to Joann's, and I was going to buy myself a punch, a tag punch. I have a couple of tag punches, but none of them look to me like they'd be big enough for me to actually write on them. Well, if there is a tag punch that's big enough, they did not have it in the store. So I ended up buying these. They are, I guess that's showing up pretty good. They are, they say, 3 inches by 4 inches. So I feel like that'll be a good, good size to be able to write all the details on. And then I went to Etsy and I purchased a rubber stamp that is, so that looks like a note card with lines. And I'll insert a picture of it right here. That should be here by the end of this week. And so my plan is to stamp the note card image on here so that I have lines to work with, because I am really bad about writing straight, and it bugs, stuff like that bugs me when it doesn't look nice. Why? I don't know, because I'm the only one that sees it, but it still bugs me. So anyway, I'm going to stamp the note cards on here. Then I will write the pertinent information, and then I will put it on my bags for each project. And then when I'm doing these videos, I will be able to easily tell you without having to say I don't know. This time I did better because I put it on my notes. But anyway, I am doing that. My plans for the next month or so, and it might not be quite a month before I come see you again. I haven't decided yet. I'm going camping. We're taking the camper to the campground up near where I work on Sunday, and it's going to stay there for like 10 days. It's going to be there a full week and then almost the whole next week. And mostly just because I want a couple of weeks of a shorter commute, but I have a lot going on at work, so I thought it would be a good 2 weeks, and it'll be the last time we get to take the camper out for the summer, and then it's going to be time to winterize it. And so I will be taking stuff with me to work on. I am hoping to, anyway, I guess where I was going with that is I might film another update up there, which would then get me on the beginning of the month. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll just feel like stitching and I won't feel like filming. Anyway, I digress. I would like to finish Mill Hill Joy of Christmas. I want to continue working on Mini Deer Creek. I have joined Full Coverage Fanatics, and I have been attempting to do some of the challenges, and I've been failing miserably. But I am hoping to do the bookshelf one, the at least the Harry Potter book, I think I can do. So I have 361 stitches toward the 3,000 and some odd that I need. So anyway, if I get the Joy of Christmas done, I will pick up probably Give Thanks, but I also do need to work on those ornaments as well. I did do a little shopping this month. I bought 4 Hades. I don't know why, but I did. I was enabled by Sarah, the Stitchin' Mommy. I'm going to totally blame her, but that's okay. I'm glad to be enabled. She had shown a chart called The Library, and I'll put a picture of it right here. The artwork is by Augusta Tulmosh. No idea if I'm saying that right. I bought the mini version. I only buy the mini versions of Hades because even those seem extremely large to me. So I bought that one. And the reason I say that I was enabled by her, she not only showed that, but then I had commented on her video and said, oh, I really like that one. She messaged me a week and a half or so later, and she's like, hey, Hades having a sale if you wanted to get that chart. Off I went. Bought that one and 3 others because it was a 50% off sale. So, I mean, you know, why not? I also got, and I will put them up here, I got the Flower Mart, which is artwork by Donna Gelsinger. I got, again, the mini. I got Mini Tea and Books. I got the no background version. That one is by Bridget Ashwood. again, I can blame Sarah for this one because Sarah is working on this one. She has removed the background on her own, but someone in the meantime had requested that Haid remove the background, so I bought the background free version, and I will just do it on some hand-dyed fabric. And I bought Mini Serenity Lane, also by Donna Gelsinger. I really like Donna Gelsinger's artwork. Can you tell? So I have 4 new patterns that I would love to start, but I'm not starting any of them anytime soon. The first one that has a chance at getting started is the Mini the Library, because Sarah told me that her and Terry from Terry Lee Crafts, and if you're not watching either one of them, you really should be, because they both have great stuff. But she said they're going to start theirs in April of next year, because that's National Library Month. And so I think I might invite myself to tag along, and I might do that. But I really want to get Mini Deer Creek done. I really want to give that to my father-in-law for Christmas next year. And I really don't want to have more than 3. I really don't want to have more than 3 full coverage going. That's just kind of insanity to me. The only other new thing I've purchased, other than the tags and the stamp that's coming, is some DMC floss. I showed in my last video how I'm storing my master set, and the thought occurred to me that I really should work toward making that a true master set. So what I have started doing is, on my phone, I have a post-it note, a virtual post-it note app on one of the screens, where I just tend to jot down random things that I need to remember, and I might not have pencil and paper right at the moment, and then I transfer them. Well, I kind of made myself a shopping list on there, and I went through and I put all of the numbers I needed on the first card. And I happened to be at Joann's one day, so I bought them all that they had. I think there were 3 of them they were out of. So then I came home and I immediately cut and put them on my things, and erased them off my list, and then I put the numbers from the next card on there. So what I'm going to try to do is, on this list on my phone, I'm going to always try to have a list of 10 to 15 colors. Well, and then I was at Walmart yesterday, and I thought, oh, I'll see what they have, and I'll just pick some up because I'm here. And again, I picked up several. So today I need to cut them and put them away and take those numbers off the list, and then add another row's worth. So I thought if I just keep a running list of, here are the next 10 I need, or 15, whatever. When I'm at a store, pick some up. Then, it will take a long time. I realize this. This is going to take a long time for me to build up the entire set. But at least this way I'm only buying, $5 worth or less. If they were 50 cents, yeah, you're probably buying $5 worth or less at a time. It's not a huge investment, but it's going to pick away at getting it to be a full set. So anyway, that's my other thing I'm working on. Before I move on, I have one other thing that is kind of stitchy related. I just want to share this beautiful, isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I got this beautiful card from Jackie from Cross My Stitches, just because, saying hello. No. Just a note to let me know that she's thinking about me and that she hopes I have a happy fall. My jaw hit the floor. I don't think I've ever made a card that's that pretty. Love it. Thank you, Jackie. That's going to go up somewhere so we can use it as a decoration. The other thing I just picked up from the post office today isn't really stitchy related, but a couple of things I purchased from one of our fellow stitchers. Alicia, the Southern Ladybug. She is so fun to watch, and she does a lot of different things also. She had shown these light box things that she was making a while back on her channel, and I asked her if she could do anything with birds or anything with the Grinch. And she searched around and she wasn't really able to find a light box design that she could do birds on, but she did find this other one. And, oh, it's gonna glare, isn't it? Sorry. There, maybe that's okay. It's a cardinal. It's gorgeous. This is a Christmas gift for my mother-in-law. I think she'll really like it. I really like it. But that's beautiful. This is for my husband. I will give it to him today. I won't give it to him for Christmas. I just love it. My husband is a big fan of the Grinch. He claims he is the Grinch. I think secretly he loves Christmas. He just doesn't want to admit it. Anyway, my husband purchased a Grinch at Menards a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and I'll have to see if I still have a picture of it on my phone. He took it to school, but I told him he has to bring it home when Christmas break is on because I want it for the house. He found a Grinch. It probably stands that tall. You know, I mean, he's a good size guy, a foot and a half, 2 foot, foot and a half probably. And he's holding a trombone, which is what my husband plays. And he plays, like if you push his foot, he plays You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. And his trombone slide even moves. I was like, that is like perfect. When he sent me the picture, he was at Menards. And I just texted right back, well, you have to buy that. Anyway, let's move on to knitting. So I have worked on 3 projects. Knitting. I've worked on my Longline Cardigan about 8 times since the last video. I am slowly but surely making progress. To be honest though, I don't know what it is we're looking at here. Like, I really don't. I think this is the collar here. I don't know. But I mean, I am making progress because I've done this whole chunk here, and I have sections here and here that are on safety pins as called for in the pattern. I believe this is like the armhole area, but I don't know. Slow but steady. I haven't worked on this in a couple of, like all week. I just haven't had time. But anyway, so that is in progress still. I have worked on the baby blanket. I thought I had worked on this more, but according to my stuff, I've only worked on it once. But that's okay. I'm guessing that this stitch marker is where I was last time, so I've put in like, I don't know, 5 rows. I mean, you know, the rows go all the way over. It's quite long. I think it takes me probably $20 minutes to do a row. I mean, there's a lot of stitches there. So this is another thing I just would kind of like to finish up. I have no plans for it, as I've mentioned before. It's just something that I'm making to have if I ever need a gift, but I kind of would like to get it done. And then there are the socks. The socks basically live at work, and I try to pull them out almost every day at lunch. according to my notes, I worked on them about 8 times. Sometimes I wonder about myself. I don't know how I managed to do these things. But I got, this is where we are. I got this all done. So I was starting on the gusset decreases. And I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on camera, but somehow I managed to start knitting in the wrong direction. See that line there of like 5 rows that are like not right? I'm not taking it out. These socks will totally be inside my boots to keep my feet warm in the middle of the winter. And unless that ends up being like really weird on my foot, I don't care. So I basically just turned around and started knitting in the correct direction. I just don't know how I manage these things. I don't know. I think part of the problem is that I knit for like 10 minutes and I put it away, and I knit for 10 minutes and I put it away, and then I don't remember what I was doing. I mean, I do keep notes, but I guess that doesn't help if you start knitting in the wrong direction. So anyway, that sock is kind of a mess, but it's okay. And the other sock is probably close to the same spot, but it hasn't had any work on it. Because now I'm kind of just like, let's finish up one sock and then finish up the other sock and be done with this. I would still like to make another pair of socks after this. What I want to try next is making shorty socks, because the thought occurs to me that I don't ever wear knee socks. So why am I making knee socks? Because that's what all the patterns call for, and so that's what I just started making. But I really don't, and I will wear those in the winter to keep my feet warm while I'm walking. But to like just wear, I don't wear knee socks unless they're trouser socks with my dress pants. Otherwise, I wear like ankle length socks. So that's what I'm going to try to make next, is some shorty socks. I really don't have anything to report on in the quilting realm. I did nothing. I do want to try to get the bowl cozies that I think I've mentioned I want to make for my 2 employees. I would like to try to get those made in the next month. Obviously, I have to get them made sometime in the next month and a half, because Christmas is barreling at us faster than I want to think about. But that's all I have in that arena, is to make the bowl cozies. And then in paper crafting, I have no plans there either, except for I need to decide if I'm going to make my Christmas cards or just buy them this year. And I need to get on that soon as well. In the area of reading, I had set a Goodreads goal to read 60 or 64, I'll put the number up here, books this year, and I have exceeded that goal. As of today, I can tell you, I have read, maybe, I got a new phone, I'm still sometimes trying to figure out how to get where I want to be fastest. Yes, my goal was 64 books. I have read 64 books. But I will admit that in the last month, I have read 7 children's books. One was a picture book, and 6 were like juvenile fiction, early chapter books. I read a book, the picture book I read, I was cataloging it, you know, occupational hazard. Things cross my desk and they catch my eye. I will put a picture of the title, or a picture of the cover up here. It was called King of Ragtime, The Story of Scott Joplin. Being a musician and a piano player, I know who Scott Joplin is, and I enjoy his music. So I read that one. It actually had quite a bit of text to it. So that one got put on my Goodreads list, so that made it look like I'd read more. And then I read the Sarah Plain and Tall series. There are 6 books in that series, and I did not realize that. 6? No, 5. There are 5 books in that series. I did not realize that. And I'm not sure how I didn't realize that. I had read Sarah Plain and Tall years ago, and I even owned a copy. And according to my Goodreads, I had read the last book, but I don't remember it. Like I said, I just reread it, and I didn't remember it. So I ended up reading all 5 of them over again because my mom was telling me about the movies. She owns the movies, and I don't know how we got on the topic of discussing them. And so then she was going to bring them to me, but then she realized that her copies are on VHS. And I said, I have a VHS player somewhere, but it's not hooked up. So I went on Melcat, which is a statewide sharing system that we have here in Michigan. And I looked to see if I could get these movies from another library, and I could on DVD, which I actually ended up having to request them twice because I got the first one I requested, which was supposed to be all 3 movies, because they've made, I think, the first 3 books into 3 movies. And there was only 1 disc in it. So there was a problem there somewhere. But anyway, so then I reordered it, and I do have on my desk the copy that has all 3 movies. So I need to watch the last 2. I want to do that this weekend and get it taken back. So anyway, I wanted to read the books again before I watched the movies. So I did read those. They are very good stories if you want to read them. And they're Hallmark movies, I'm sure, so that gives you an idea of what kind of story that is. The other things I've read this month, I read a book called Destined for You and another book called Forever My Own, both by Tracy Peterson. They are the first 2 books in the Ladies of the Lake series. The lake being Lake Superior, which of course, as a Michigander, I think of as a Michigan lake, but in this case, it's actually a Minnesota lake because these stories take place in Duluth, Minnesota. They are Christian historical fiction. They were both very good. I listened to them both on audio. I will read or listen to the 3rd book at some point, but I didn't check that one out next. But I will soon. The other book that I read physically with my eyes was Forever Young by Haley Mills. I have always been a Haley Mills fan. I love the movie The Parent Trap. I'm sure I've seen Pollyanna. And there's another movie that I want to get my hands on, and I'm going to have to do some searching and see if I can find it. I remember seeing this movie as an older teenager. It was called The Trouble with Angels, and I don't know why that movie sticks in my head as being so good, but I remember it being a good movie, and I know that she was in it. So I'm going to try to see if I can find that. Because of reading this memoir, I found out that she was in a TV miniseries that I have actually also requested through Melcat, and hopefully will be here next week. We'll see if it's any good. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I've been reading, and so I have technically met my goal. I'm actually going to kind of see how close to 100 I can get this year. I always have an audiobook going, and I always have a print book going. I did not listen to my audiobook this morning while I went walking. I just wasn't feeling like listening to it, but I think that I'm going to enjoy it. I just started it yesterday. It's called The Librarian of St. Malo. By Mario Escobar, and I did listen to it. I listened to quite a bit of it yesterday, and what I listened to so far has been very good. So I just wasn't feeling like listening to my audiobook this morning, so I listened to the radio instead. Still walking every day. I'm at like day 212, 213. My mileage has gone down lately just because of lack of time, and I really am going to try to get it back up. I would really like to make 3 miles a day be pretty much my basic. and then have a couple of days a week where I get to throw in a longer one. On Saturdays, I usually manage to do about a 6 mile, and Fridays I should potentially be able to do like a 5. And I would like to get Monday through Thursday, I would like to get the rest of the week to be basically a 3 mile a day thing. I don't know why, because I think I do know why, because I can do 3 miles in basically an hour. And so that's usually, I can usually manage to finish that. I can usually manage to fit 1 hour into my day. Yes, it cuts into my stitching time, but I know that it is necessary for my physical and mental health, so it's okay. I will try to update the description box below to include the names and links to the channels of the people that I mentioned. I know there is a cross-stitch get-together going on in St. Louis, Michigan this weekend, and I thought about going, and then I forgot about it, and I didn't get signed up. And I guess it's a good thing, because now it looks like we're going to have dinner guests on Friday night, and then I'm going to be getting ready to go camping on Saturday. You know, camping. I don't leave Saturday, but I'll need to be getting ready. So if you are from Michigan and you're going to be there, I hope you have a great time, and maybe next time I can be there and we can all meet up. That would be so much fun. I am also hoping to do one other video today, but I will schedule it to go up later. I want to kind of show you about a database I found online that if you're in the state of Michigan, I know you have access to, and I'm guessing that a good share of the rest of the country probably can figure out access somehow. But it's a craft and hobby database that is available through many libraries, and I'm going to do I'm going to do a little video about it, just show you around, show you what can be found there, and I will schedule that to go up in a couple of weeks. But I think that's it for me for now. I'm hoping that I kept this shorter than normal, but I can see that it's almost noon and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go eat lunch, and then I'm going to start getting things done, chores and such, so that I can hopefully have some time this afternoon to sit and do our favorite thing, stitch, stitch, stitch. So I hope that this has found you all well and you've enjoyed seeing what I've been working on. I hope everyone is enjoying the weather that we've been having lately. Here in Michigan, it's been gorgeous. It's probably been the warmest October ever, and even in this last week it's been getting a little chillier, but it's still fabulous out. Awesome. Anyway, happy stitching, everyone. Talk to you soon.